students, welcome to the class. In today's class, we need to learn more about the British administration in Bengal. Yes, by the Battle of Plassey, the Britishers crushed Siraj-ud-Dawla and make Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. Yes, but very soon they got to know that with the puppet Nawabs, it is not that much of easy to rule the Bengal. So these toy Nawabs also not always helpful to the British administration. These toy Nawabs also has to take some own decisions which were very difficult to the Britishers. Yes, then when the Mir Jafar revolt against the East India Company, the Britishers made Mir Qasim as the Bengal Nawab. Yes, so they keep on changing the Bengal Nawabs one after another. Mir Qasim also not able to do that much of help to the British administration. So in the Battle of Buxar, which was another most important battle in Indian history between the Britishers and the Mughal emperors. So in the Battle of Buxar in 1764, they crushed the Mir Qasim and again they made Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. Yes, they reinstalled the Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal and they levied the taxes of 5 lakhs rupees per month on the head of Bengal Nawab. Means the Bengal Nawab has to pay 5 lakhs rupees every month to the East India Company. And this money also not sufficient for the demands of the Britishers. With that money, they has to maintain their troops and they has to maintain their daily expenses with the money from the Bengal Nawabs. And this money also not sufficient to meet their demands. When Mir Jafar died in 1765, the East India Company officials in the Bengal taken a decision that why can't they themselves be Nawabs of Bengal? Yes, Robert Clive declared that now onwards, means from 1765 onwards, they declared themselves as the Nawabs of Bengal. Why? Because with the puppet Nawabs or the toy Nawabs, their demands are not fulfilling. That's why they would like to take the decision and the power of the Bengal into their hands. Yes, and they appointed the Mughal emperors or the descendants of the Mughal family members as the Diwanis of Bengal. So, Diwanis means they didn't have any official rights. They just have a post, that's it. Yes. So, from that Diwani, they got a vast resources of Bengal. And now the Britishers can use the vast natural resources of Bengal and they can mint money a lot. Yes, by this decision, the problems of the East India Company almost solved. But there are another complaint is there on the side of Britishers. That was, if they want to buy anything from the India, they has to buy with the gold and silver of the British. Means they did not have any goods to exchange with the Indian goods. That's why they has to import gold and silver from the Britain and they has to export the goods from India to Britain. So it leads a little bit difficult to the Britain government to send the gold and silver from the Britain to India. Anyways, after the Battle of the Plassey, the import of gold and silver from the Britain reduced. And after the Britishers declared themselves as the Nawabs of Bengal, the import of gold and silver totally stopped from the Britain. Means they has to pull up the money and they has to pull up the financial resources from Bengal. So, which are required to maintain the troops and do their business and meet their regular personal expenses. So, they try to get lot of money from the provinces of the Bengal. So, when they would like to buy the goods from the Bengal, they are paying very less to the goods. And when they are collecting the taxes from the people of the provinces of Bengal, they are collecting the huge taxes. Means they are taking very huge amount and they are giving in the form of buying the goods, they are giving very little amount to the Indian market. So by doing this, they can make a huge profit from the Bengal. In the same way, the Bengal people also felt a lot of difficult because of the deeds and the taxes of British government. Our next concept in today's lesson is the British officials become Nawabs. Yes. So, we learned that already the British officials declared themselves as the Nawabs of Bengal. Then, what is there in the word of Nawab? Of course, to increase their power and increase their authority over an area. Other than this, many more things are there behind the word of Nawab. Yes, many servants and almost all the servants of the British East India Company felt that they can be Nawab one day to the Bengal. The lifestyle and prestige, the value which was given to the Nawabs were attracted the Englishmen. That's why every one of them wanted to be Nawab in their span of life. Yes, after the Battle of Plassey and the Mughal emperors who were crushed in the battles used to give a huge amount of wealth and the vast lands to the British officials personally. So many of the Englishmen who belongs to the East India Company got a lot of wealth and they got very richest persons in England. Yes, many of the persons recruited by the East India Company become the most richest persons in England. So why, how it is possible? If we take the example of Robert Clive, who appointed by the East India Company in 1743 as an official of East India Company at the age of 18, he did not have anything in his hand. But when he left the India in 1767, his property worth more than 40,000 England pounds. Means we can assess the wealth of the Robert Clive he got from the India. In 1764, the East India Company appointed him as the Governor General of the Bengal. And at that time, he is asked by the East India Company that he has to rectify the corruption in the British administration. But he himself cross-examined in 1772 in the matters of corruption. So because of his vast wealth, the British government suspect him. Of course, he came out of the cases even though he committed the suicide in 1774. Yes. And we cannot blame all the British officials are corrupt and cruel. So most of the British officials who are recruited by the East India Company, they came from the noble families and humble families. And most of the people and most of the English people died in the wars and because of the diseases in India. At the young age, they died because of the wars and diseases. And most of the Englishmen came with the intention of earning a profitable amount of money from the India. And they would like to lead a comfortable life in England with that money. So only with the intention of earning money they came to India. So many of the Englishmen were succeeded in this. Yes, the East India Company officials who could able to earn the money and who could able to pull up the vast amount of the resources from India were led a richest life in England. So such kind of people are called nabobs. So this type of people sometimes viewed as upstarts or social climbers in the British society. Means as a middle class persons they came to India and here they did their job under the East India Company and they earned a lot of money from the India and they went back their hometown and become the one of the richest persons in England with Indian money. So these type of people who succeeded in earning the money from India are called nabobs. Yes. So this is the thing and this is the intention of the Englishmen. Most of the Englishmen who came to India from the East India Company. So they are not came to rule the people or to serve the India or something else. They came with the intention of getting profits. It is like a business deal. Getting profits and earn a lot of money from India and they have to went back their home country. Yes. So now we need to discuss about the next point of our lesson from trade to territory. That was Expansion of the East India Company rule. The British East India Company always not following a same strategy to subjugate the territories. Means it is rarely used the armed forces to subjugate the villages or provinces in India. Yes, if we observe the expansion of the British rule from 1757 to 1857, we can observe many strategies of Britishers like political, economical and diplomatic ways. After the Battle of Buxar in 1764, the East India Company appointed residents in Bengal. So these residents plays a very important role in Indian politics. So these residents works as a mediator between East India Company and the company officials in Bengal. So they tried to decide who was the successor of the throne, and they need to recruit the company officials or administrative staff. So these were plays a crucial role in Indian politics. Yes, and these residents slowly they turned many Indian provinces as subsidiary aliens. So what is the meaning of subsidiary aliens? The kings in India should not maintain their own armed forces. So instead of that, the East India Company provide army to protect those kingdoms. So in order to protect their kingdoms, the kings has to pay a lot of money to the Britishers. If they fail to pay the prescribed money by the Britishers, they has to give some part of territory to the Britishers. So our Indian kings should not maintain any army, their own army. These Britishers will protect the areas of our Indian kings. In order to protect their territory, the Indian kings has to pay the money to the Britishers to maintain the army and to protect the territory of our Indian king. If the king of that territory failed to pay the money to the Britishers, that king has to give some part of the land, some part of the territory to the Britishers. Yes, this is one type of strategy which was used by the Britishers to subjugate the areas of India. They levied the taxes or they decided the amount to the king which was unbearable, and the king obviously can't able to pull up that much of money to pay to the Britishers. So very easily they can take the territories from the hands of Indian kings. When Richard Wellesley, being a Governor General between 1798 to 1805, so the Nawab of Awadh failed to pay the amount which decided by the Britishers. So monthly the Nawabs need to pay some amount to the Britishers. So the Nawab of Awadh failed to pay that amount. Then they subjugated the territory of half of the territory of that Nawab. So like this they subjugated Hyderabad also. So Hyderabad Nawabs also unable to pay the amount which was decided by the Britishers. So they subjugated Hyderabad also. Like this, on this basis of the strategy, they subjugated or taken much of the Indian territories on the account of the Britishers. So in the next class, we will discuss that which of the Indian king fought against this type of activities of the Britishers. Thank you.